Hey everyone, we are back with another video this week. Right now, we wanted to talk about my pregnancy symptoms from when I first found out I was pregnant to now. I am 20 and a half weeks. I will be 21 weeks this Thursday. And we're just gonna jump right into it. So first off, we wanted to clarify, because we didn't really say a whole lot about it. We're having a boy. Like we said in the last video, we found out that it was a boy. His name's gonna be Nathan Quinn Sheridan. And his due date is July 30th. So that's in 4 months. I am 5 months pregnant. And I wanted to say that when I first found out I was pregnant, I was between 114 to 116 pounds. I had lost a lot of weight over the summer. And I was working out a lot. So at the time I was just in shape. And from then to now, I'm 137 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. I gained a lot of weight, which is no big deal. It doesn't really bother me, and it I can't really tell a whole lot. But one of the things I'm going to talk about right now is that I didn't get any morning sickness. So getting into the symptoms, we talked about in the last week's video that we were really sick the first 2 weeks that we found out we were pregnant. But it wasn't morning sickness. It was well, for me, it was nerves. I was just really anxious about the entire situation just because it was super overwhelming.
Same.
Yeah. So I didn't get any morning sickness at all. But the first real symptom I felt was migraines, and I got them not really, really bad, but just enough where I was my head hurts a lot. And I just didn't want to get out of bed. I was tired a lot, which is my next symptom. When I first found out I was pregnant, I was super exhausted all the time. Now it's on and off. I don't get it as tired as I usually do. If I do a whole lot of nothing, I'm way more tired than I usually am. But I'm not so exhausted so much as I was when I had first found out I was pregnant. One of the most noticeable symptoms I had when I first found out I was pregnant was vicious hunger. Like I said, I did not get any morning sickness at all. I have a pretty strong stomach in general. I don't get nauseous over things really easily at all. So I got really hungry. And that was starting at 7 weeks pregnant. I was just kind of I'm hungry, let's go out to eat. We'd get something and I would be
I'm still hungry.
I'm still kind of hungry. And I'd come home and snack, and then it got to it was just a bottomless stomach. I was always eating, always hungry. Where even I would eat 6 meals and be I have room for more, but let me cut myself off. It was really bad. It died down around 14 weeks. I wasn't super oh, I'm hungry all the time, and I was getting full. I say to people that I think pregnancy heightened my taste buds, and so the foods I taste really good. I think they taste
oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I feel they taste better than they usually do. Another symptom I got, which I read was part of morning sickness, but I didn't get morning sickness, was a metal taste in my mouth, and that didn't last for long. It probably lasted 3 weeks. I don't know what, I would just be we'd be hanging out, I'd be I feel I taste metal in my mouth, that taste of kind of blood. You bite your tongue or something.
Yeah.
And I was getting that for a while. It was really gross. Did you see the next one? So 2 symptoms that kind of go hand in hand that I have, and that people don't really tell you when you're pregnant, are constipation and the other side of that, diarrhea. So I feel in movies and in TV shows, they'll tell you oh, your hormones are all crazy, you're all emotional, you get morning sickness. Look, watch yourself over there. And they tell you the 3 symptoms that people get when they're pregnant, and they're so vast and wide. And there's just things they don't tell you that happen. And you have to go on WebMD to find out what's real and what isn't. And morning sickness is popular, but I didn't get it, and they don't tell you you're heavily constipated when you're pregnant, but you are. The next symptom that I got around 16 weeks was nosebleeds, and I think they've died down now finally. They lasted for a very long time.
Yeah.
We both have mommy and daddy apps that are like, oh, your baby's this size, like this time of pregnancy or whatever.
Shout out to this app,
I hate
Daddy
you.
Up. If you guys want to tap in with them.
So he was like, oh, like, watch out for nosebleeds. And I was like, yo, I have been getting nosebleeds. Like, that's so weird that you said that. And I didn't even think like twice of it because I don't get like running nosebleeds. I get like it's just like nasty in my nose.
It's like crusty.
Just, yeah, like crusty nosebleeds. And I have them for, well, I didn't put an ending time because that's how long I had them for. I probably had them since like from week 16 to like week 19. Like I had them for a long time.
Like a week or two.
Yeah, like they haven't been bad. Probably, yeah, just this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I had them for a long time and it was so frustrating because my nose was just wet and like gross all the time. The next symptom that I'm going in order of like how I found out, like, or how I've experienced each symptom. But the next one that I experienced, which was the worst so far, was sciatica. And I have sciatica in general. I've had it before. It's kind of just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'll figure it out one day. But I've always had like that tight feeling from the back of my leg, literally down to my calf. I'll get it like once or twice a year. And I got it a couple weeks ago. So we were like moving around a lot and I was perfectly fine, like perfectly mobile, everything. And then the next day, my mom was like, oh, go to Ralph's, go get some condensed milk. And I was like, okay. And I was like, right before I left to the store, I was like, dude, my leg hurts really, really bad. Like my leg and my back hurts. And once I got to Ralph's, it was over. Like I couldn't even walk in the aisles. I wanted to cry because I couldn't find the condensed milk. And I was walking around trying to find it and I didn't want to be walking around. And then it just got worse. And it lasted for like a week. And it was, I don't even know how to describe it. It was so bad. Like I couldn't even like, I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. And I remember just like crawling out of my bed. This is so sad. It's like so pathetic. But I was crawling out of my bed and like having to pull myself off the floor just to get to the restroom. And before, when I would get it, I would just pop like 4 Advils and like call it a day. You know?
Like you do.
Yeah. I would just like pop a couple Advils and like, and enough to sleep at least, like so I can just sleep comfortably. And like you can't do that when you're pregnant, so I was just suffering. And for that, I was like, I had a heating pad. I took a lot of Epsom salt baths. I slept with a pillow under my legs on my back, and I never sleep on my back, so that wasn't comfortable. I was massaging myself. I had like a massage gun. It was like, it honestly just had to go away on its own. Nothing was making it better. Between like 17 and 18 weeks, that's when the baby started kicking, around that same time, which isn't a symptom, but like nice to know. I'm pretty sure I read that they kick anywhere between 16 and 22, like they start kicking. And I wasn't sure, like I didn't even really think about it, to be honest, like when he was gonna start kicking. He started kicking around 17 to 18 weeks. The next symptom that I experienced while being pregnant is my eye twitching, and that has not stopped yet. So like 2 weeks ago, my eye started twitching out of nowhere, and it was enough to notice where like it happened the first time and I was like, ew. Gross. You know? And it just happens like from time to time. And so I'll just be talking to people and they're like talking to me and I'm like, and I squint my eye. I know. Because my eye twitches and it lasts for like a minute. It's so good. It's always this one. It's never the left one. It's my right eye twitching. My right eye twitches. And I read that could be a symptom too. It's so dumb because you look up these things, you're like, is this a symptom? You're like, probably.
It's like, well, are you having it?
Yeah.
Are you pregnant? Yeah.
Like, did it ever happen before? No. Yeah. Like, probably. That was from 18 to 20 weeks so far. But we'll see how long that lasts. The next symptom that I realized I had, like, I want to say last week. Yeah, like between these last 2 weeks was really like fragile nails. And I know like your hair and your nails and stuff is supposed to get stronger during pregnancy, but a lot of people said that they have really brittle nails too. When I looked it up on like WebMD. Like 1 week I don't know, I think I was at work or something, like between work and school, like all of my nails broke. Every single one of them, except for these two. These two, I cut them today though. They all broke. My thumbs, every single one of them broke. And I don't even know what I was doing, like opening like a box, like just going like that and my nails would break. And it was the weirdest thing. And they literally all, like 8 of them broke. at least, like within 1 week. And it was so frustrating because like, you know, like girls like to grow out their nails. I don't really get my nails done anyways, but still, like I don't want to have crusty nails. And I have crusty nails right now because they all decided to break at the same time. So the last symptom that I've experienced ongoing from like the start of pregnancy to now, from the start of pregnancy to now, is forgetfulness. And I'm already very forgetful. It's not, I don't think it's that bad now. It was really bad when I first did that. I'm really forgetful, and when we first found out I was pregnant, I don't know if it was like the anxiety and like overwhelmingness of it all, but like I could not remember anything to save my life. And I for sure had like pregnancy brain, where like I would put the butter in the pantry, like something dumb like that. I felt like I was losing my mind. Or like I would put something away and be like, where did I, like what happened to, you know, like the bread? And it was like, you just put it away. That was really frustrating. Or he'll be like, oh, I work tomorrow. And then like 3 hours later, I'm like, so what time do you work? Or like, when's your next shift? And he's like, tomorrow. Like, oh my God. That was really, really bad at the beginning of my pregnancy. Now it's not that bad. I think because I'm doing a lot more and I'm kind of keeping myself occupied. For the both of us, like the most frustrating symptom. Yeah. Basically, I wanted to make this video because there's a lot of symptoms that people don't talk about, or like you don't realize you're gonna get and you get them, or like the ones that you don't get and you're expecting to get them and then you're like, oh, I'm not pregnant because I'm not throwing up.
And like people that I know, like guys that have like gotten girls pregnant or whatever, like they are useless. Like they have told me nothing about, oh yeah, make sure you like, you know, do this and do that, or like this is gonna happen, so like, you know, nothing.
Just know that just because you're experiencing it and other people aren't, and vice versa, doesn't mean you are or aren't pregnant. Like I wouldn't guarantee like, oh, I'm not getting sick, so like I'm not pregnant, because I was thinking that for like, well, not long, because I don't like throwing up anyway, so I wasn't that hurt about it. But I was like, man, like I'm not getting any morning sickness. But I was also like, I really hope I don't get any morning sickness. And I never got it. Whatever you're feeling, and you can't let other people tell you like how you're supposed to experience your own pregnancy. I've experienced it completely different from what everyone like has written down and said. I've had it like very easy, and I don't want to brag about it, but it really has just been like easy sailing. So like I wouldn't trust every story that's like, oh, it sucks, like it's so agonizing, the first trimester is the worst. Like I had a great time. So don't let anything discourage you from getting pregnant. Also, don't let anything encourage you from getting pregnant if you don't want to get pregnant. It's up to you. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow us on our Instagrams and share it with your friends. Let us know what your experience was like being pregnant, so I can have good advice too. Next week we're gonna do a game. This might be news to you. It's like
News to me.
So we're gonna do like a newlyweds game of like who knows each other best type thing, which is gonna be fun because I don't think we don't really focus on like, oh, like I need to know everything about you. Like, not that I don't care, but it's just like,
Yeah.
I know enough enough to know that I like you. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.